All right. Hello, good morning, good evening, and good night. I hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic because today we're going to be talking about an investment that I have a decentable size amount of money into. It is YMAX. We're talking about YMAX today, but more specifically, based on popular demand from the previous video, getting 2.5 thousand views. Great watch time. Thank you very much to everyone who tuned in and a lot of likes, a lot of new subscribers. We are going to be making a total return video on YMAX. And so, just like the video we produced yesterday, what I want to go over is exactly all the dividends that YMAX has paid out over the past, I'd say about 6 to 7 months. We have the distributions up. We also have the price chart up. So exactly at each price point, we're going to be showing what YMAX's return is when you reinvest those dividends over time. As always, we have the prices at certain price points and we have the total amount of shares. We're going to start with 1,000 shares, same as we did with ULTY yesterday, and we're going to be tallying up all the total income and the total profit and loss. So if that does sound good, please do remember to subscribe. We're up to 5,596 subscribers, 199 subscribers in the past 28 days. That is awesome. And as always, make sure to get your $50 down below when you sign up for a new Questrade account. Link in the description below and use that referral code. Cool. So let's get into today's video. So we're talking about YMAX. YMAX is a position that I currently hold. Just a little background, over 600 shares. You can see here in one portfolio I have 591 shares, and the other one in my margin account I have 20 shares. Cool. So let's talk about this total return. So we're starting off with 1,000 shares. What I'm going to do here is multiply to get this number here. I did 1,000 shares. Imagine we bought it at the IPO, the very start of YMAX, and we collected our first dividend. So what I did here was I took our 1,000 shares and I multiplied it by the dividend amount, which was 53 cents. So I'm going to multiply that by 0.53. Boom. We got $530 in terms of monthly income. And the cool thing, if you were to have bought YMAX at the inception, I want to show you here, the first 4-5 months would literally have been money in your pocket, and 6 months, the first 6 months would have been money in your pocket, and you would have still retained your principal capital amount. So something cool to kind of see. But let's jump into this a little more. So we have 530 shares. What we're going to do in order to reinvest, we're reinvesting at 21.81. So we are going to divide by 21.81, and that gives us 24 more shares to reinvest into YMAX. So we're going to do 1,024. And how did I get this 21.81? I basically looked at when YMAX paid out their latest dividend, which was, or their dividend in March 13th. I went to March 13th to that share price, and let's see exactly what we were at. We were at 21.81. So this is right before they release that dividend there. You can see that change. Cool. So let's jump into it now. We have 100. We have 1,000 multiplied by 10, 1,024 shares. What we're going to do here, 1,024, and we're going to multiply that by the March dividend, which was 0.568, almost 57 cents. We got 0.568. Boom. Let's see what we get. $581. So now you can see here with the increase in shares and the increase in the dividend, a slight increase, we're up to $581 a month. Cool. Now we're going to divide that by $20.73 to get our next total here in terms of our reinvested shares. We're looking at 28 more shares. Cool. 28 more shares. What's this plus 1,024? I'm all over the place. Once again, as always, 1,052 shares. Cool. 1,052 shares. Let's multiply this by 0.63, which was that dividend. So we're going to multiply that by 0.63. Boom. We are now up to $662 in terms of monthly income. 662. Fantastic. So you can see here, as our shares are growing, we're not only growing our monthly income, but you can see here the dividends are also growing. This is going to be an exciting jump here. We're up to 73 cents, a 10-cent increase. So let's see how much this affects our total income. We have 1,000. Oh, you know what we need to do? We need to reinvest this dollar amount. So we have 662. Whoops, pardon me. We have 662, and we're going to divide that by $20.63 here. Let's do it. $20.63. Next, reinvestment value, and we're getting 32 shares. So every single month, even though we haven't increased our initial investment, we are now up to 1,082 shares. And just to make sure that is exact, we're going to go like this, add up our previous amount of shares. Oh, look at that. Good thing I added it up because we are up to 1,084 shares. Pardon me. So now what we're going to do, taking this amount, we're going to multiply by 0.73 that dividend amount for the month of May. Awesome. Multiplied by 0.73. Boom. We're up to almost $800 in monthly income, $791. Let's put that in here. $791. And if you look up to this point, you've received over $2,000 in terms of income from a $20,000 investment, which you still have your capital pretty much untouched. You'd be at a gain here if you were to have bought 1,000 shares at that $20 IPO level for YMAX. Okay, now moving on, we have 791 shares. We're reinvesting at $20.42. I'm going to divide here, $20.42. Boom, 38 new shares. Okay, let's see what we got here. Plus 1,084 to be exact. Awesome. 1,122 shares is where we currently stand at. So you could see here from ULTY to YMAX, because ULTY share price dropped so much, we accumulated a lot more shares. But with YMAX, we're not accumulating as many shares, but we're getting consistent growing monthly income, which is awesome to see. So we have 1,122 shares. Let's multiply that by 0.73. This is kind of like the last time we seen the 70-cent dividend area. So let's see. This is most likely going to be our biggest dividend for the current time being, because we still have a lot more shares to accumulate, but we're up to $819. So that is pretty insane. That's almost, what is that? Just under a 5% return on the month from investing $20,000. You're getting about $819. That is pretty decent if I don't say so myself. Cool. So now let's see what we got. We're going to reinvest at $20.18. And if you're still with me, subscribe. Come on now. $20.18. Let's do it. And 18 cents. Bang. 40 shares. Every time we're reinvesting more and more shares. Next time, what I should do is I should make something where it shows how much shares we're getting and increasing by every single month. Because every single month, we're just gaining more and more shares. And of course, this doesn't account for if you add any more to your principal value. You could buy at better valuations. Like if you were to have bought here at this $20 level, then you would have been able to average in a lot better. And you can see here, I didn't even upload the September figures. So let's go to September 18th and see what's going on over here. September 18th, 1760 was YMAX's share price. So we're going to put that in here. We're going to drop down to the 25th as well, because we have to throw that in. 25th, we're at 1787. So we'll go here, 1787. And then the very last one, not 1700, 1787. The very last one, it was October 2nd. So 1755. All great levels to reinvest, in my opinion. Personally, I like to reinvest about the $16 level with YMAX. That's why I haven't been buying anything. All I've been doing is collecting cash in my accounts, waiting for a $16 level in YMAX in order to reinvest. Now, we have our 1,162 shares. We got to put that in. 1162. Boom. Now, let's multiply this by the 65-cent dividend. Will it be more than $819? Let's see. So we got that to multiply it by 0.65. And no, it is not. It has dropped down to $755 on the month. We say that like it's a bad thing. $755, still insane return from a $20,000 investment. Let's look at reinvesting. Now we might start to accumulate more shares as the share price goes down. So we have 1814 that we're going to reinvest into. 18.14. Boom. 41 shares. So we're sticking about the 40 share marker, which is great to see. What we're going to do here is we're going to go 1162, which was our previous marker. Let's double check. Awesome. Okay, we're up to 1,203 shares. Let's put that in. So over the past 6 months, it looks like if you were to have invested 1,000 shares or $20,000, you would have received about $200. What am I saying? 200 shares in terms of just reinvesting. That's not adding any new money if you were to just reinvest. Cool. So we have 1,200. Let's multiply that by 59 cents. Okay, let's go here. Times 0.59. What will that get us? 710. So as you guys can see here, our money is slowly kind of depleting here. We're up to $710 on the month with obviously adding any more of our own money, just reinvesting shares. $710. Let's divide that by 1760. And let's see what we get. 17.60. This might be a little bit of a longer video, as I'm sure you can see that. Oh, this is 1243 because we have a lot more dates and a lot more dividends to do within YMAX as compared to ULTY. So we have 1243. Let's add 1203 just to that, just to double check. Awesome. 1243 shares. Let's multiply by our next dividend, 22 cents. And now we're moving into the weekly dividends. If you got scared there, don't be, because it's okay. Let's add up here, because every even fraction of a cent is going to matter when it comes to these dividends. We're looking at, wow, from 1243 shares, $282 on the weekly. So you could see a jump there. 1282. Awesome. And you could see here we have gone yellow. Let's see if we can change that to blue. Awesome. Beautiful. 282. That's pretty good. Now we're investing on the weekly. So this is a little bit different. We have 1787 to reinvest into. 87. Our shares significantly down, but as they should be, because only 15 more shares. We're going to add 1243 to this. Boom, we're up to 1258 shares. Awesome. 1258. Perfect. So let's reinvest again. 222. Let's see what we get times 0.222. $279. So very interesting to see. We've seen a little bit of a drop. We don't necessarily see, I guess we accumulated 15 more shares, but even with the slight drop, we're still seeing a drop in the overall monthly income. Now we're reinvesting at the final marker, which is $17.55. So let's go into that right now. 17.55. Our last one, 15 shares, almost 16, but we can't say 16. So we got 1258 plus 1258. Boom. Our final share total after about 8 months of investing in YMAX is 1,273 shares. Awesome. 1,273 shares. Let's multiply that by the dividend of 0.2076 times 0.2076. Awesome. Our final dividend amount, $264 being received on the weekly. So this is fantastic. Let's see, $2. We got to go back here. 264. Awesome. Cool. So in terms of total monthly income, wow, that is a decent amount, kind of calculated through just a one-time investment of 1,000 shares bought at the IPO for YMAX. Now what we can do is we can kind of go through and we can multiply and see exactly what our price to loss would be just based off the price and our shares of alone. So we have a share price value of $20.93, and we can multiply that by 1,000 shares because of the little increase there. So we have, just gonna copy and paste, make it nice and simple, big for you guys, $20,930. Let's go to our next marker, 1,024 shares, 1,024 shares, and we'll multiply that by a share price of 21.81. And when you have so much money in the game, even little price increases like this accumulate to over $2,000, $2,333. Let's do this right here. Okay, beautiful. Boom. Now we'll go to our next one, which is 1,052 shares. 1,052 shares times, and if you're still with me, I appreciate it so much, a ton. I really appreciate you guys. $20.73. Okay, beautiful. 20.73. Awesome. So we're back down to under 22,000, but still $2,000 up on our initial investment. That's just under 10%. We're looking at about 8 to 9% on our total return. Now we're up to 1084. Boom. 1084 times, let's see what this value is going to be, 2063. That all rhymes as I made it up. Beautiful. $22,362. Let's add that in here. And of course, we're not making this every single month. This is our total return. 1122. Beautiful. I love the doubles here. 1122 times, what do we have here? $20.42. Awesome. Cool. $20.42. Cool. Let's see what we got. We're approaching almost $23,000 here. So you could see, even though our share price has gone down due to the fact that we're accumulating all these new shares, we're actually going up in terms of our investment. And that is close to the high point, which was at the beginning, February 12th, which is also not including all these dividends that we have received. So we can add those up at the end too. Let's see. We have 1162. Boom. 1162 times a share price of $20.18. $20.18. Boom. Wow. So we are up to $23,500. Cool. That's not too shabby right here. Let's go to our next 1203. We're going to try and speed this up here, make it nice and quick for you. 1203, and we have a share price of 1814. Cool. 18.14. Boom. We're in it. We're in it to win it. We're cruising. We're going. This is 21, about 22,000 or so. We got 1243 times, let's see what we got here. We have 1760. Okay, cool. 17.60. Awesome. Let's see what we got. So hovering about just under that $22,000 marker. You could see here it hasn't really changed much. When we see a significant drop in the share price, and of course we're gaining shares, it looks like we're staying up about the same, a little increase, not too much there. So let's see, our next dividend amount is $12.58, and we're going to multiply that by the share price of $17.87, and we're getting very close to the end here. Awesome. I am very excited for this. $17.87. Boom. To $22,000. Awesome. Bang. Cool. We'll go to the next. $12.73. We got $12.73 times $17.55. So let's see what we get. 17.55 equals to our final amount, which is $22,341. This was solely just based off of what we've received in terms of our capital appreciation. $22,341. This doesn't account for any of these dividends that we've also received along the way. So you could see here, just by reinvesting our dividends, accumulating our share count, with even the price drops in YMAX, we have a positive return, which looks to be about 11% or so, and we've received all these dividends along the way. What I could do is add all these up. I'm going to give you guys a rough estimate. We have about 1,000, we'll say 1,100 there, 1,700. We're looking at about 2,500 right there. We'll say about 3,500 here. We'll say about 4,200, 4,900. Then we're looking at about 52. We're going to say 55, 5,800. So roughly about 5,800. I understand, extremely rough calculation, but if you could put those together, we're looking at about roughly about $28,000 from an initial investment of about $20,000 in Yieldmax. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you want, I'll kind of hold it here so you guys can take a screenshot of that, add it up for yourselves. But this was just a video to look at the total return of YMAX. Please do subscribe. We're up to 5,596 subscribers. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope this helped. If you guys own YMAX, you could look where you guys bought at your certain price points and then go from there. But this is a great video. Thanks for sticking with me, and I hope you guys have a great day. Take it easy. Bye.